Honestly, man, other than GTA 6, there is not a single game that I am more excited for than Hogwarts Legacy. This game, to me, ever since we saw the reveal in September of 2020, just blew the doors off for me as far as hype. And I know, especially recently with all the lies and stuff we've seen in gameplay trailers with video games, it is dangerous to get hyped up for any type of video game. But I can't help it. Harry Potter, open world, Hogwarts, like, you've got me. However, when I saw the slew of platforms that this game was being released on, PS5, Series X, PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch, I couldn't help but think, man, now that more and more companies are switching over to optimizing for next gen. We've seen Cyberpunk really lean into the current gen hardware here with PS5 and Series X, and we've seen a lot of other games who are kind of taking that approach as well. It made me wonder, how good or optimized is Hogwarts Legacy going to be on the PS4 and on the Xbox One? And it's a valid question because, yeah, the game's gonna run, but dude, if you've played games like Far Cry 6 or games like even Saints Row, the obvious example of Cyberpunk, which, came out almost in line with the PS5 and Series X and still looked horrendous on the PS4 and Xbox One, like, companies are really struggling to have their games run well on last-gen consoles. I even look at something like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which, I don't know about you guys, but in my experience on my Xbox One, the thing did not play well there. So I just wonder, is this game going to really struggle on last gen? Is it going to be bugs and glitches galore? Are we going to get Hogwarts 2077? You know what I mean? Or is it going to be pretty darn good? Because, if they're going to squeeze this thing onto the Nintendo Switch, then honestly, it can't be ridiculously demanding that only the PS5 and Series X can handle it. Obviously not if they're going to throw it on the Nintendo Switch. To me, when I saw that they were putting it on that system, that's when I had a bit more faith and like, okay, I guess it's going to run decently for PS4 and Xbox One players because honestly, dude, a ton of people still, almost 2 years in, haven't been able to get their hands on a Series X or PS5 and are still relying on playing new releases on their PS4 or on their Xbox One. So people need this game to work. People need it to be okay on these systems. And hey, while I do think it's going to be a little bit tough, like it's not going to be great, I don't think it's going to be Cyberpunk levels either. I think it's going to be an adventure, but not as far as an adventure where Jackie Wells, like in Cyberpunk, looks like 2D pixels. I don't think it's going to be like that. So I think, again, it's time to start to move away, especially as more of these consoles, the PS5s and Series X, become more available. It's time to start to move away from these consoles. But for a game that's going to be released on Switch as well as the old-gen consoles, I hope it runs decently. And hey, let's be real about this. This could absolutely bite Avalanche in the backside here. We know that obviously this is to maximize profit, okay? They are putting these games on these consoles, yes, because when they started developing them, they were still in style. They were still like the main consoles, but also because they know how many people still have a PS4, an Xbox One, or a Nintendo Switch, okay? They know how many Breath of the Wild superfans there are who are going to pick this game up on the Nintendo Switch. So that's why they're doing it, and I really hope that it doesn't end up being embarrassing like we saw with Saints Row or Cyberpunk, where it's just like, why was this game released here? And keep in mind that this game has been delayed multiple times now. So if it does get released and is just bug mania, man, is that going to look terrible. And you know that all the gaming YouTubers, everybody in gaming media is going to have a field day with Hogwarts Legacy if it releases in a terrible state on PS4 and Xbox One. Hey, this is something that we're just going to have to see how it is. I think it's going to be, like I said, okay, but I do think it's not going to look that great. It's not going to be too pretty, but it's going to be passable. That's the word I would use to describe how this game's going to be on last-gen consoles. How do you think it's going to be? Tell me what your opinion is. Do you think that this game's going to run terrible, like Cyberpunk levels? Is it going to be passable? Is it going to be even good? What do you think on the last-gen consoles? And are you going to be picking this game up on either PS4 or Xbox One? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace out.